peace. For one tiny moment, I think I felt peace. A peace I haven't felt for a very long time. It was like I felt some hope again. We defeated one of our foes. We did something good. And I felt that for just a little moment I was forgiven. I don't deserve to be forgiven, of course. But it was still something. It didn't last. Jenkins is gone. I don't know where. I feel in the pit of my stomach that something terrible has happened to him. But there's no time to think on that now. We need to focus once more on finding the rest of our foes. I feel I understand a little now where they come from, but we still have no idea what they are trying to do now. Perhaps this new group will reveal what we need to know. Still, already our path is dark once again. Bjorn didn't need to kill those boys. But he did anyway. He's changed, I feel. But then again, so have I. This is Red Moon role-playing. I looked to the street for a moment. Has this all happened so we've not been noticed at all?
No, it's okay. Nobody has seen this.
I mean, I feel a bit sick, but I suppose I feel like I should feel so much more. But I don't think I do I?
No, you've seen a lot of violence, you've seen so many horrible acts. Although there is just something about the ice-cold approach to this. This is more than you have seen before. The people that you have seen being killed before they've been threats. They have been armed, at the very least. They have looked like capable people or beings of various kinds, but not these two. These two would probably not have been able to harm you even if they tried. But they met the same fate regardless. Huh?
I sort of take a deep breath and I just start going to get the clothing on. I just sort of don't even look at Bjorn. Although I suppose I'll just sort of give a very meek, I don't think we needed to do that.
I hand over the cap to him. Here, you take this and take this on the parka. I'm gonna try use my exit strategy to cover up any tracks.
Yes, go ahead and do that.
18 for that.
They were never here. And you have the clothes. And you certainly look the part now. That's something. The adrenaline kind of dies down a little bit, Björn. It was a nice rush there. And you are again standing on Lichnerstrasse and overlooking this dilapidated building.
Alright, I get myself ready and dressed up, and I just sort of, after a moment, a few more deep breaths, I go, alright Bjorn, lead the way, let's just get this over with.
And I do. I try to act in the semi-sober way that would be appropriate.
I shall follow Bjorn, but I shall be trying to keep, he had to be a cap. I've kind of tried to pull it down over my face a little. I'm letting him be the front man, as it were.
Before you do that, what do you bring with you?
I'm going to bring some extra clips for my normal sidearm. I'm going to bring the AK-74 small, lighter version that I could conceal inside the coat, or conceal as much as necessary, considering these people don't really seem to care that much. I'm bringing a combat knife, lockpicks, a flashbang, a frag grenade, and also a sedative. I'm going to bring knockout gas in form of a flask that I could either soak or put in someone's drink. It's a liquid.
Yes, you bring isoflurane. That should do the trick.
And then I look to Carver. Carver, do you need anything?
How about something small I can use just in case for self-defense?
I look through the bag. I see...
That gun is still there.
Yeah, tear gas spray, and I hover over the gun. I think of the last time when he cocked it and pointed it towards me.
That won't happen this time. I sort of see him giving it a pause and looking over the gun. I go, I'll be fine. I'm probably not even going to use it. I definitely will not shoot you.
Well, it will fit in with your disguise to be armed, so I'm handing it over to you.
I'll take it, look over the safety. I mean, I do remember the shooting lesson, so at least I understand the idea. I'm kind of hoping I don't need to use it anyway, and I just sort of stow it away as securely as possible.
Yes, Carver, you are in some ways a different person now than you were then. You have a feeling of control over reality that you didn't have before. You feel capable. You've seen yourself be capable in a way that you only saw Björn be before. You believe in yourself, and you believe that you will be able to get through this alive, and that violence will become necessary.
Who knows, I say to Bjorn. Maybe I'll be able to throw some mumbo-jumbo on them.
Closing the trunk, and I give him a wink. Let's go.
And you approach the guards. They just briefly look you over. You look the part. You look more or less like them. So just nod and point towards the building. You hear loud music. It sounds like some kind of white power metal going on in there.
Ugh. I can't help but hide a bit of revulsion. I mean, I barely even like metal music and this sort of music. Ugh. My stomach queases a little. Although, what does that compare to the horrors I've seen? Maybe they're just more of the same, eh?
There's 5 skinheads hanging out in front of the building close to the burnt out cars. They're smoking and talking to each other. They're kind of looking at you, giving you a little bit of an evil eye. Does any one of you look back to them?
I keep an eye or an air of arrogance, kind of, you know. I don't care who they are. I'm just there to have a good time.
But Carver, you find it a little bit more difficult to hold your curiosity in.
Yes. I mean, I suppose I was going to say, though, that I am maybe trying to get myself in a mindset like where we were before. This is just a different type of horror, a different type of nightmare first. I'm trying to focus, on just going to the door, to be honest. But
it almost works. The fuck you looking at? One of them yells after you, but you've already entered the building. Doesn't seem like they're following you. You come into a hall. You're on the first floor of the building now, and what is number 1 on the map. And this is a narrow hall. The walls are off-white. Straight ahead, there's stairs that lead up. And there's a corridor on the right that continues through the house, ending at a door to what must be the backyard. Everything here in here is shabby and decrepit. The door to your left here is open, and this is where the music is coming from. You see posters on the walls. Apparently the band Vit Aggression is going to play tonight at 10 o'clock. So about a little more than an hour from now. There seems to be the flow of people is moving through the room that's marked 2 here to the left and into the room that's marked 4. That's beyond that. That must be the pub. That must be the club area.
Let's go get a drink, I say, and I start moving towards the flow of people.
You're passing through too, which must be some kind of cafe. There's mismatched coffee tables that line the room. They've been moved aside to make room for people. There's quite a few people in here who have taken their drinks from the bar with them and are standing here. There's like the air is thick with cigarette smoke and, well, also several different kinds of drugs you can smell. It's a little bit you get a little bit woozy when you breathe it in. You find a small blackboard that mentions that there was a book club here earlier today. Apparently they were reading the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. How quaint. And you come into the pub.
I look around. What kind of people are here? I mean, do we stand out being a bit older?
No, there's several older people here as well. You fit right in. Quite a lot of young people, but also quite a lot of 30 and 40-year-olds as well. Most of the older ones look quite haggard and look like, look like they're perhaps not so successful in life. But hey, the beer in here looks to be very cheap, though. The prices are excellent. And it's packed to the brim with, I would say, about 90% men. And about 10% women. The men are all wearing Wehrmacht parkas and bomber jackets. And Björn, you see here what you saw on the people moving inside, that most of them do look to be armed. Pistols, mostly. The really interesting thing is that these guns, many of them look to be Soviet, not the license-made East German versions, but actual Soviet weaponry. Military issue, Björn. This is weapons that should not be here, certainly not amongst these people and in these numbers. There's something that's a bit odd here.
Perfect. It kind of ties together with my other suspicions.
There's a few normal-looking people in here as well. They have a typical barfly look. Alcoholics, probably most of them. There's a few tables along the walls that offer sitting places. Most of the patrons are standing, though are round tabletops placed atop rusted oil barrels. There's a bar here.
Right.
At the bar, there's a tall, rather obese man who's serving beer and homebrewed liquor. There's also two doors in the room on the left side, one of which looks to be guarded by a neo-Nazi who's not partaking in the various refreshments available. There's also, in the corner of the room, the top left corner, there are instruments and a small stage set up, very, very small. It seems to be ready for Vit Aggression to come and play.
Now that I'm in the building, does my enhanced awareness kick off at all?
Let's see.
So I'll go and just sort of press my hand against the wall. And I will, as is great with this ability, I've rolled a 9. So there you go. So yes, I'll go to the wall. I'm looking around this place and I just feel quite sick, to be honest. The whole area just, even if there wasn't anything strange about this place, I mean, normally I'd never have come to a place like this or even felt comfortable. Now it's different, and I'll just go to the wall, lean over and close my eyes and just try to feel, how does this place feel? What can I see? It doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't. You close your eyes and the illusion tears for just a moment, and around you see that you're inside a large machine. You hear the sound of clockwork and of diesel engines running, and you sense a presence in here. A truly powerful being is hiding here in plain sight. Somewhere up above, you see it turning its head, and it stares at you through the walls, through the machinery, and you find yourself back in the reality of the pub again, the white power music playing and the neo-Nazis being excited, doing Nazi salutes, and
I would, like, quite audibly kind of just shudder a moment, and I just fall into Bjorn a little. Because, I'll be honest, that was, the suddenness of the imagery for a moment felt almost like we were back, properly back, and that wasn't right, so I didn't do it. And then I just say to Bjorn, you'll notice that I suddenly look very shaken and I'm probably acting up a bit. We've probably got a few looks from some people, because I'm probably like, fuck,
And as you touch my arm, you make me spill my beer that I was holding out to you. However, have a drink. Come on, relax.
I'll take the drink and I'll down a bit, and I just say very quiet to Bjorn, Bjorn, we need to move. It knows we're here.
Right, where?
It knows we're here. I sort of look up. It's something's here. This is alright. This is
upstairs.
Yes,
Are we going upstairs?
I look upstairs. I look up to the ceiling and I go, maybe. I don't know. Something's here. But something very powerful is here. And I'm sorry, it knows we're here now.
I lean forward and I look out the window. Is there any exit on the back side that I see in case we need to get out of here?
there is a shed close to the fence here. Probably you could find a way to get on top of this shed and then jump out that way if you should need to exit through the backyard.
I take a sip from my own beer and I nod to Kara. Let's go then. And start head back to the foyer where I saw the stairs earlier.
Yes, I kind of just nod, looking around. I no longer feel we have time to be subtle about this. I feel we need to find answers quick, because I say to Bjorn, like, I don't think we have much time. I'm sorry, I don't think I could do that again without drawing more attention.
Don't worry. We want to find out as much as we can from this place. We gotta find archives. Something.
Yes, and you start to look around, and yes, upstairs, that is perhaps where you must go. At least that is where this presence was. As you're moving towards the stairs, a man is about to pass you by. You're close to the stairs now. He's coming down. It's a man in his 30s. He's dressed in simple uniform pants, a black shirt with folded arms, and black gloves. He hasn't changed at all from the picture. This is Leonard Freude. He looks at you for a minute. You're new.
Yeah. It's nice to be here. And who are you?
I'm Leo. I'm one of the people that you need to know here. When he's speaking to you, you notice something a little bit odd about him. He's not looking into your eyes. He is saying things at you, not to you. Carver, you sense things from this man. You sense that he's ridden with terror, despair, and hatred. He's suffering. His aura is screaming that. You get a feeling that he's taking it out on everyone except for the one who really deserves it. And right now, you are part of who he's taking it out on. You need to watch your next words carefully.
I just kind of try my best to keep it together as I'm feeling all this, and I just sort of smile, almost a bit dumbly, as I let Bjorn keep speaking. I say nothing. I'm just like, trying to appear happy, and I suppose I'll try and lean into the sickness I'm feeling, to try and maybe look like I'm just had a bit to drink or I'm on something. After all, I do feel sick anyway, I may as well use it.
You're not gonna stay for the band?
I'm heading towards the game room. There's a good game on tonight if you got money.
Oh, nice.
Do you have money?
Sure, I suppose I could spend a bit.
All right.
What are the stakes?
We're only playing with the big bills today, so if you want to pop by later, we could always use some new blood.
Where could I find you?
The game room is close to the pub, but But tell me again, who are you, and do you know anyone here? Like, who invited you?
Okay, so I'm not really sure what... Let's see, what would I say to this?
You can act under pressure to lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and act under pressure to lie and think of something as quick as I can.
While you were in the pub, you overheard two neo-Nazis talking. It was a guy that seemed to call himself Eichmann and his buddy Jürgen. Perhaps you can use those names.
I roll a 15. Well, to tell you the truth, we're actually just visiting. We just came up from Frankfurt an der Oder and, well, Eichmann and Jürgen. We met them earlier at a pub and they said this was the place to be. Do you know them?
Of course. Yeah, they're good people, good warriors in the cause. All right, that checks out. I hope to see you in the card room later.
Sure, thanks. Anything else we should see while we're here?
Nah, just enjoy the beer and the drinks and have a good night. He does a Nazi salute to you.
I respond in kind.
I'll also just respond again, just smiling a bit dumbly and nodding like, you know. Yeah, say nothing else.
Yes, he seems pleased with that and moves on into the pub.
We need to be careful with him, Bjorn. He's surrounded by suffering and misery. He's tied to something.
You saw who that was. You recognize him, right?
Yeah. Leo. By the looks of it, probably the boss of this place.
You think? I mean...
Definitely. He's definitely tied to something powerful and strong. He's causing him to suffer. He spreads out the suffering as best he can.
What exactly happened before? What did you feel upstairs?
I felt machines and cogs, and at the centre, somewhere above, that's where something is, and it's watching.
It wasn't him, was it?
I don't think so, no. It wasn't the same feeling. Maybe he's connected to it. Maybe he's part of the machinery, part of the connection.
Then maybe we should keep taking a look at the place.
Let's head upstairs and try and be subtle about it. We don't want to have any more bumping ins to anyone.
Yeah. Sure.
You start heading up towards the stairs. You see that there are two guards there. Looks like they're trying to prevent people from coming up. It seems like this is a closed-off area.
I just say that. I just ask them, is this not open tonight?
Nah, man. The party's down here. We don't want anyone walking around upstairs disturbing the boss, and we have some people who need to get some sleep also. There's another day tomorrow, yeah? So stay down here.
At this point, I'll casually just before Bjorn speaks, I'll just quietly say like, oh, but I mean, Leo's the boss. He's downstairs now at the moment, isn't he?
Leo's not the boss, man. He used to be the boss. Where you guys been?
Well, we're not from here. We're from Frankfurt an der Oder. We just dropped by for the weekend because we heard it was a good time. And also, it's your favorite band coming.
Yeah, man. Vit Aggression rocks, man.
Yeah.
He seems to kind of take a liking to the fact that you like Vit Aggression as well. He sort of leans over and whispers to you, I hear Freud lost power to Vogel when he came in. It's quite a long time ago now, but Vogel made him his bitch, like in a literal sense.
What's Vogel doing tonight then? Is he not playing the game?
Man, Vogel, he's just upstairs in his room. That's where he is all the time, man. Strategizing, planning, getting things ready for domination, for when we finally take power again.
Yeah, I hear you. Just take it back. So, did you ever meet him? Did you meet Vogel yourself?
Oh, I met him. Yeah, he's an odd one now, and you can feel the power from him. And then there's this.
Yeah.
And then he sort of just whispers afterwards. And then there's this. I don't know, man. He always smells like machine oil. That man. There's something odd about that. But hey, he's
machine oil.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Some people smell. he smells machine oil. That's fine, I suppose. He's anyways gonna allow us to take the power, so man, I fully trust him. But hey, man, you shouldn't hang out here. You should go down and watch the band. But I mean, if you wanna pop by, I mean, you know, I could look the other way, you know. I might, you know, need to charge you an entrance fee, but you know.
I'm starting to pat my pocket. I'm like, yeah, man, it's like the first time we're here. It looks pretty awesome what you're doing. I'd love to have a look around, but I don't want to step on anyone's toes, know what I mean?
Nah, man, you seem to be a cool one, yes? Just give me a few bills, you know, use that to buy some beer, and, you know, some shit to get down with, yeah?
Yeah, man, of course, you gotta get some drinks. You can't just work all night, not with a, you know, wife. Yeah, so I'm unfolding a...
You're unfolding some bills, and he allows you to pass. It's nice meeting you, man. I never caught your name.
Yeah, it's Fritz. What's yours?
Dieter. Yeah.
Dieter, man. Nice to meet you. I do the salute.
Yeah, he does a salute as well, yeah.
I just, again, smile awkwardly, looking a bit out of it. Inside, I'm really thinking, what a bunch of fucking bastards. Every single one of them. Deluded fools. Ugh. But, for now, I'm not going to say anything. I just nod. I join in on the saluting.
You come up to the first floor, and the hall looks as run down as the ground floor. There's moisture damage that forms patterns on the ceiling, and the wallpaper is peeling. There's stairs that continue upwards as well. The guards are standing and chatting. You've just passed by. You find yourself standing here with a few different options, either continuing upwards or checking out some of the different doors here. On your right, as you come up on the map, it's on the left and marked 2. You can hear loud snoring noises.
I would just very cautiously, I'm looking to Bjorn, and I just sort of would open the door and poke my head in, but I don't go in. Like, I'm just curious, like, what's this room?
The room is dark, but it's filled with bunks. It feels kind of like a military barrack. Probably space for maybe 12 or so people to live here. Right now there's 2 in here who are sleeping. Probably the others are enjoying the party downstairs.
I will gently close the door, and then I look at the guards, probably watching us, and I go like, Bjorn, how should we proceed?
Okay, so I'm gonna start, like Carver did. He opens the door, he looks in. I'm gonna do the same. Let's open a few doors and have a look inside what we see there.
Yeah, you see that a lot of the doors are closed. It seems like there's activity going on here normally during the day that's sort of closed down. It reminds you a little bit about, you know, the Slavic Association and your visit there. The door that's closest to the stairs, the one that's marked 3, the door there actually says reception.
I'll just have a look in there.
And you open up the door to the reception. There's a door further in, you see, but here is an office with a desk. There's some brochures for the Germanische Gemeinschaft and quite a lot of Nazi paraphernalia of various kinds, and yes, information about other far-right groups throughout Europe. They seem to have quite a few friends.
I pick up a brochure and I look.
You find in there exactly what you expect to find. A bunch of crap.
Yeah. I'm not very impressed. I'll just throw it there on the table and move in to see what's in number 4.
As he goes to number 4, I just will very, join him by the side. And I'll just say, Bjorn, what was the name they said? The man who smells of machine oil?
Vogel.
I think he might be the boss. Be careful if we meet him. I have a feeling he might not. I think he was what I saw.
Yeah. Alright, yeah. Do you think that's the one that Leo is afraid of as well?
I saw this place being beyond what it is, the cogs of machines. There was a lot of oil, a lot of machinery.
What do you mean? Do you mean like that he is, he's connected to the illusion?
I think so. Maybe I mean, I don't want to jump ahead and say we found another incarnate. He didn't feel the same, but he might be his own. Possibly a demon. Possibly something beyond the veil.
If that's the case, do you think we'd wanna, take him out? Or do you think we should avoid him?
I think we might need him to find out. I look around. Maybe this entire place is linked to their plans. We know now where the incarnates sprung from. We know where it all began, but we're still not quite sure what they're planning.
These weapons, it's Russian, it's proper military gear. I think it might be, as I suspected, that they have a connection and might actually be involved in some weapon smuggling. That might also be what essentially brought this stray bullet to the journalist in Denmark or whatever it was.
And this was all tied to the Slavic Association. I believe the Slavic Association had been funding this place. Obviously it was part of Anton Sasha's plans.
Sure, and as you see here, there are other associations tied with them. I gestured towards the folders and the posters, probably motorcycle gangs. Yeah, whoever would fancy getting their hands on military weapons and joining whatever cause makes it, feel righteous.
I guess now I'll just fall silent as Bjorn leads the way into 4.
Yes, you look around, and as I said, there's pamphlets from various very overtly Nazi organizations, but also from far right parties. Front National from France, the Sweden Democrats. You find material from all these parties in here. You also notice that the receptionist seems to enjoy Harlequin love novels and likes to drink a lot of coffee. Unfortunately, the door is locked to the office beyond. The door says Heidi Schmidt.
Let's keep looking around and see if we need to get in here later.
Okay.
So out in the corridor, just keep basically just opening doors, having a look what we see inside.
There's people moving into the sleeping hall here. I want you to roll an act under pressure to not accidentally meet these people.
15.
No problem at all. Carver, your eyes go off to these Harlequin love novels, and there's something inside your head that just sort of snaps, and your sixth sense triggers.
It's nice to know. I got 14. 2 edges.
You're able to stay away from these neo-Nazis who are walking towards the sleeping hall, and you are again free to move about on this floor. Where do you go? There's a number of doors.
I'm gonna just open door by door, have a quick look inside. So 6, 7, 8.
6 and 7, a bathroom and a toilet. If you look at door number 8, this one is locked.
What about doors to number 10 and 9? I'll go over and just give them a cursor.
9 is a storage room. You see leftover furniture, cans of paint, tools, and appliances that are cramped in the room. And the door to number 10 says Radio New Germany, editorial room. You can hear the sound of music and people talking to a microphone coming from in there. It seems like they're broadcasting.
I look to Bjorn and just sort of shake my head like, best not disturb. Radio station of some kind. What about 5?
This is what could best be described as a junk room. It contains all the leftover furniture, you think, from when they must have taken over this house. Old sofas, tables, and chairs are stacked with white sheets covering them.
I don't know, what do you think? This floor seems done to me, really.
I'm gonna go through the room number 5. If there's anything there of interest that stands out.
Are you trying to go to 4 through new room number 5, or?
Yeah, do I see that door?
Yeah, as you walk in there, you see that, there's a door there as well. This door is also locked. It seems that whoever uses this office doesn't want people entering willy-nilly.
I would notice that now we're in this junk room, it's a bit off, and I say to Bjorn, do you think you could, I'm looking around. maybe from this angle we can try and get this door open. I don't know, is that part of your skill set?
I fish up a set of lockpicks from my pocket.
Yes. And I want you then to act under pressure, because Carver, outside in the hallway, there's something moving. You feel the smell of machine oil, even though it should be impossible at this distance. Someone is moving around out there, looking for something or someone. You'd better open this door quickly.
I just very quietly say to Bjorn, I think we need to get into that room now.
I nod. I'm working on it. Hang on. 16.
Quickly, smoothly, quietly, you were able to get inside, and you come into an office. It's furnished with 2 desks, each with an electrical typewriter and a personal computer. There is a lot of paperwork in here. Bookkeeping, there seems to be. Several binders lying around here containing what looks to be receipts, invoicing, and listings for suppliers and buyers, as well as the inventory of the Germanische Gemeinschaft. That is what the binder says.
Excellent. I will motion to Bjorn to close the door quickly, and I sort of get us both in, and then tell him, close it. And then I just pause for a moment. Can I feel... Is the presence, is it coming towards us? Is it maybe not thinking we're here? What's that feeling like?
It's moving around out there, looking meticulously, square meter by square meter. It knows that something is here, but not exactly where. But it's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time.
Bjorn, you know how I said it knows we're here. I think this man, he knows we're here, and he knows that we're not normal. He's looking for us now. We need to search quickly.
I unclip the AK-74 that has been clipped to a sort of holster that holds it up under the coat, and I take it out and put it on the desk beside me as I start looking around for things.
Yeah, I would like to start investigating. My aim is to look for recent things. We don't have time to look for all this paperwork, but like anything that looks like it corresponds to the last 2 weeks or so. Alright, I'll roll to investigate. Well, I got 15. So, I'll rush the computer and start looking through it, and I just say to Bjorn, just, I motion quite vaguely, just look over there, see what you can find.
However, you were able to find quite a bit of information here. It seems that the person who is working here, Heidi Schmidt, she is organizing the movement's bookkeeping to simplify the accounts with their partners. It seems like there have been complaints about confusing statements. It reveals that the Germanische Gemeinschaft's annual income was approximately 300 million D-marks. They had about 100,000 D-marks in outstanding debts. You realize that the products that are specified in these receipts and invoices are grossly overpriced. It's books and consulting services for several million D-marks apiece. The most frequent suppliers that are responsible for at least half of the transaction is something called Slava, located in Moscow. The largest buyers are the Toxic Cafe on Württembergstraße and Hamanns Mechanische on Vogelbergstraße. So it seems like the Germanische Gemeinschaft is paying Slava, and they're getting money from Toxic Cafe and Hamanns Mechanische.
Is there anything linked to the Slavic Association, especially the last week or so? Any mentions or anything I can see, like invoices?
You can see the Slavic Association seems to have been buying weapons. That is fairly clear. They're buying quite a large quantity of AKs and, wow, grenades. that stands out from their normal purchases. It seems like they're gearing up for something.
Oh, so I suppose I'll be clear on what my actual questions were. I've gone for what's my gut feeling about what I'm investigating, and is there anything weird about what I'm investigating?
Yes, so the weird things is what I've pointed out regarding the fact that, the inventory being sold here is grossly overpriced, for sure. And the gut feeling that you have is that drugs and weapons, that's how the Germanische Gemeinschaft make their money. And they're getting those weapons from Slava in the Soviet Union, in Moscow.
But places like the Toxic Cafe and Harmond are in Berlin.
They are in Berlin, indeed. It's quiet, and the being is not out in the hall anymore. You think you have found the most relevant things in here. Time has passed, and you start to hear the band playing downstairs. It seems like Vit Aggression have gotten going.
Bjorn, I think our friend, he's not outside anymore. He found anything? I'll go over and tell him about things like the Toxic Cafe, this organisation called Slava, and the Harmond.
Yeah, so where do you want to go now? Should we go upstairs for the next level, or do you want to get on the radio?
Do we need to investigate this little radio station? I mean, I am just picturing two guys playing rubbish music and talking about Down with the Man.
Huh. Well, maybe not. I pick up my AK-74 again and let's head back.
The question is, Bjorn, if we head upstairs now, I look up, I think we'll be able to find some things, but if we're caught up there, I think things are going to turn unpleasant. Do we go down and try and associate with these people, or do we go upstairs? I don't know which one's more tactically sound.
Well, if I was an even more smooth talker, I would love to have used the, Vogel's influence and Leo's nervousness against themselves, but I don't know. I don't think I could talk Leo into causing a small revolution and messing up the place.
I suppose I will kind of burn a sixth sense here, one edge, to sort of just like... I look out, go back to the door, get out, go into the room, look to the corridor, and I just look up, I look down. What feels right? Do I feel it'd be better to investigate above, or face possible problems below?
You look deep inside yourself with your third eye, and your gut feeling is that you have a choice to make right now. You believe that there may be even more upstairs, but there are a lot of risks involved with going upstairs. You have secured a trace of some kind. You have located their suppliers. Perhaps there are not... perhaps those locations will not feature the same kind of powerful beings as seem to be inhabiting this place. Perhaps they will be safer ways of finding what you need.
I kind of feel caution, and then I sort of just scratch the back of my neck. I just feel time. We don't have time. And I go, Bjorn, if we go upstairs, we might find something that can really get us on the lead of these incarnates. Now, it's maybe not the safest choice. I will leave the final decision to you.
Right. Well, I'm thinking we're doing pretty good. I mean, I don't have the same feeling of foreboding as Carver has. I don't mind going up for the second floor as well.
Okay, have your weapon ready. If we're discovered up there, I think things could get very nasty. Let's try and be quick, yes?
I take out the AK-74 again and I twist on the silencer on it, and I nod upstairs and start moving.
And you move upstairs to the top floor of the Germanische Gemeinschaft building. You come up in a hall that's in better condition than the lower levels. The wallpaper has been fixed here and the floor is covered with rugs. walls are decorated with lithographies from famous German battles. You find yourself facing doors on your left and on your right, and a small sort of corridor going up here that also features some doors. It's eerily quiet up here, but Carver, you know that you are not alone here. Where you choose to go now will determine a lot of different things.
So when you say I'm not alone, do you mean I feel the presence again? Is it here?
It is on this floor. Somewhere.
Bjorn. We need to stick together. He's here. He might even be behind one of these doors. I can't really sense that far, but...
Is it Vogel?
I think so.
Good. Okay. Let me know if he is nearby. I'm surprised how quiet it is up here, but at least they won't hear any gunfire exchanged with the band playing downstairs.
No, it's quite loud, actually. The sound was very loud down there. It seemed like it's almost been a little bit isolated up here. Probably the people up here might enjoy their sleep and might not want to be bothered by the loud Gemeinschaft members who party downstairs. There's probably parties happening here more or less every night of the week.
I'll creep over to 10, that door to 10, and I just look to Bjorn and I just will gently, very gently try the handle.
You try the door to number 10. It is open.
I'll take the lead inside.
This room is furnished with a narrow bed, a desk, and 2 easy chairs. Curtains are closed. Everything is meticulously placed in rows, creating the impression of someone of a pedantic nature. There are papers in neat piles on the desk, and on the bedside table there's 10 gun and motor magazines neatly stacked. There's doors here that go up and one towards the right.
I'll go over and just look over these papers. Does anything look remotely important or interesting, or is it just office work stuff?
Part of it you've already seen downstairs in more detail, but it is about the business operations, the operations of getting these weapons from the Soviet Union, of getting the drugs, getting the income from the drugs from Toxic Cafe. It seems as if they're getting the drugs from the Soviet Union also, and they're selling it through Toxic Cafe. Seems like Harmans Mechanische, they are responsible for selling the weapons on the black market here in Germany.
I'll pocket one of those then, just so we have a firm address now for that one.
You are close now, Carver. You feel the presence. It is just a few meters away from you.
I will very quickly to Bjorn say, Bjorn!
What?
I think he might be beyond one of these doors now. Should we maybe turn back for the moment and investigate somewhere else?
What do we want out of this character, this person? Do we...
You know how it's been so far. He might know everything, he might know nothing. He might try and kill us before telling us anything. Although, I pause for a moment. I don't think he'll be like the Incarnate was. I mean, that creature seemed purely out to get us. This man seems to have connections to reality. What, are you ready to face him now?
We could just take him out. We got the clues. We could take him out, be a big, wrench in the machinery for them.
I kind of just go to the door to room 11. And I just sort of go, alright. I'll let you lead.
I stand on the side of the door, steeling myself, and then I go in, as quickly as I can, to see if there's a target.
And you go in. The door opens up and the room is pitch black. There's a small light, though, coming from a fire in a tiled stove. You see, there's a bed and a table in here. Looks to be a lot of tools in here, electrical tools. you see what looks like ancient torture instruments and leather bindings for hands and feet lying close to them. There's a man sitting in a armchair here. You can barely make him out, but Carver, you see who is here. Because this is an illusion, this is no man, this is a being almost 3 meters tall. It's hunched forward, it's a twisted, nightmarish combination of meat, steel, and torture devices built into it. The eyes are large and yellow, kept within a skull of black glass. This is not a dream, Carver. The illusion is not particularly weak here. This is our reality, and yet this being, it just exists here, plain as day. Something about that is extremely disconcerting. You take -1 stability for seeing its true nature. You see this man starting to speak, Björn. What do you do?
Is he armed? Is he visibly armed?
No.
That's the first thing.
He is unarmed.
I move up quickly just to get close and make sure he doesn't have anything hidden, and I say, "Freeze right there, you keep your arms up. Keep your hands where I can see them."
He stares at you. You have seen reality, Carver. And Björn, what you see is a long and thin man dressed in what looks like a well-ironed SS uniform without rank badges. He's got hair that's cut short, and the eyes are blue underneath his bushy eyebrows. He has a thin and somewhat crooked nose and thin lips. He smiles. He has a big, wide smile and rubs the palms of his hand together when he sees you. Tell me, why did Chagidio send you? Are you here to collect me, to bring me back and to serve him? No, you can't be. You're marked that way. You look like you're Chigidio's lapdogs, but no. I see now. You're the ones that Philip spoke of. The death magicians who killed his girlfriend, yeah? Oh, the descriptions match. He was so very, very afraid of you. Did you kill him? Were you the ones who did that?
That we did.
Although we certainly didn't kill his girlfriend. He did that.
I think you lie. I think all your words are just lies, just like those of your master. At least the one who looks to be your master. You are just like Chagidio. It doesn't matter though. I will get the truth out of you. It'll just take a little while. I think I will enjoy it.
You say our master. Is he not your master as well?
Not anymore. He lashes out to attack you. What do you do?
Gah!
I shoot him in the arm.
You open fire, then engage in combat.
20. I intend to sort of win back the control of the situation. I want to shoot him like in the arm, non-lethal, or in the shoulder.
And you know how it sounds when your bullets hit metal? That is how it sounds here. It sort of ricochets off. There's flesh torn off, but it doesn't seem as if you have dealt the kind of damage that you thought you would deal. The illusion shatters and you see him as he really looks like. You see what Carver saw, this 3 meter tall, hunched over being with a body of metal and flesh. He's got long claws for arms. Carver, what do you do?
I back away and I'm trying to observe the situation if I can. Right. 12. So I just like, as he sort of lunges towards Bjorn, I just yell out, "Bjorn is not what he seems!" And I just sort of back to the doorway, and I just start looking both rooms behind me and in front of me. And fuck, what can I use to my advantage? I feel fucking unprepared, but he's obviously a demon thing. What can hurt them? I don't remember.
You look around in here. There's nothing in the room that you were just in that can be of any use to you, really. But looking at the door towards the room up here, it's actually a little bit open. You notice through it that there's, yes, it looks to be some kind of conference room. There's a machine gun mounted towards the wall here. An MG3, a German machine gun from the Second World War.
I looked at Bjorn, I looked at this room, and I don't have time to explain in words. I just go, "Hold a moment!" And I just sort of try and dart towards this.
Yes, you dart towards there. Bjorn, you are now attacked. And he rushes towards you, trying to rip you apart with his massive claws. You can choose to either try to shoot him as he approaches and hope you take him down, or you can try to avoid him.
Oh, it says on lightning fast, I suppose, to enter combat. When you enter combat, roll plus coolness. So should I do that now then? I didn't do that before. Okay, 15.
Yes, you roll lightning fast and you get 15, which gives you
3 edges anytime during this fight.
Would you like to use an edge now?
Okay, so he rushes up to attack me. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid an attack first.
Alright.
Try to get myself in a better position.
You avoid this attack. Carver, this machine gun is mounted. You need to try to get it loose. I want you to act under pressure to get it.
Right, I sort of, run up to this machine gun. I just like, shit, I need to get this off the wall. Ah! That's a 9.
Makes a tremendous amount of noise as you do this. Like a large creaking metallic noise. You think most people on this floor would probably have heard this happening. But you get it loose, and you're holding in your hands now a heavy, heavy machine gun. There's ammunition mounted in it, and it's ready to go. What do you do?
I will now try and run back to where I was before, because I want to try and throw this to Bjorn, really, because I don't think I know how to use it. So I'm like, shit, just trying to get back to him quickly.
And that is what you do. Bjorn, what are you doing now? You've avoided this attack. He slashes with the claw, and it just sort of rips the wall open. It's a thick thing. You feel that if you would have been hit by this, it would have been able to deal some truly horrid damage to you. You might not survive a single hit from this.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot a large burst of fire as much as I can while he's got his sort of his back turned towards me. After launching towards me and me avoiding it.
So then roll to engage in combat.
14.
You are able to hit him, but he is going to attack you and hit you here unless you expend one of your edges.
Yeah, okay. So I blast away and I see him not affected enough. And okay, so yeah, I'm throwing myself down on the ground to avoid.
Yes, you see a mix of flesh and machine parts sort of come off. You're clearly damaging him. You're clearly causing him pain, but he doesn't seem to operate that way. He doesn't seem to suffer in any open way. But you feel like you are weakening him step by step. And Carver, you come running, and you're holding this large machine gun. You see how this monstrosity has just slashed at the wall with his big claws.
I will attempt to now see where Bjorn is and just go, "Bjorn, take this!" and just sort of duck down myself and sort of just slide the gun in his direction towards him.
Yes. That is an act under pressure.
19.
You're able to get the weapon right to him. It's in perfect position to fire. And Bjorn, in front of you now as you're lying down, all of a sudden you see this ancient-looking German machine gun from the Second World War. It's ready to go.
I throw my other weapon aside and I grab it, and as I lay there, I get ready for the recoil and hold it down with one hand, and I open fire from where I am. You have listened to an episode of Red Moon Roleplaying, where we play the campaign The Black Madonna for the tabletop role-playing game KULT Divinity Lost. The Black Madonna was originally constructed by Gunilla Jonsson and Mikael Petersen in 1991, with additional material for the 2017 edition by Marco Berman, Mattias Fredriksson, Petter Nallo, and Robin Liljenberg. KULT Divinity Lost is published by Helmgast. The music was created by Atrium Kasseri and is used with permission from their label Cryochamber. Visit cryochamber.bandcamp.com or their YouTube channel to hear more excellent dark ambient. A new episode of Red Moon Roleplaying is released every Friday. Please like our Facebook page and give us comments, input and feedback there. You can also visit us at redmoonroleplaying.com. Finally, a big thank you to all supporters. If you want to show your appreciation and encourage our work, look out for us on Patreon and see if you want to support the show there. While the show will always be free of charge to our listeners, Patreon supporters will have access to extra material, such as a bonus podcast where we answer your questions about the campaign and role-playing games in general. If you just can't wait, you can even get access to the full-length, raw and unedited versions of our gaming sessions way before they are released as finished episodes. Thanks for listening. Looking forward to meeting again next week.